Hey everybody, back again. As you can tell, a different shirt this time. Yeah, yeah. I just want to point out the reason why I may seem like I'm wearing the same shirt all the time. Mostly because a lot of videos I try to pre-record in advance because sometimes I don't always feel because there are some days where I don't feel like recording a video, so I do like pre-record a lot of videos. So that might be the reason why my attitude seems kind of weird in some videos. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if anybody thought I was crazy or something like that. Anyway, doing another reaction video, and as you could probably guess by the title, it's going to have something to do with Bigfoot. And for the first time, I'm actually reacting to a video by WatchMojo.com. And this one being top 5 facts about Bigfoot confirmed. As always, the link to the original video will always be in the description box. And well, let's see what these Bigfoot facts are.
If only it was as simple as hitting him with your car, bringing him home, and having him feel like one of the family. Welcome to Watch Mojo's Top 5 Facts. In today's installment, we'll be counting down the top 5 facts about catching Bigfoot.
They typically dwell just behind rocks, but are also sometimes playful, bounding into thick fogs and out-of-focus areas.
Whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, there's no denying that this legendary creature has made quite the name for himself. Today, we're putting Bigfoot under the microscope, examining the evidence,
I think that's it.
Challenges of proving or disproving its existence, and exploring the culture that surrounds this elusive cryptid.
I know.
Number 5, believing in Bigfoot is a matter of intuition.
Bigfoot. Endangered mystery.
Bigfoot believers generally fit into 2 categories. Those who insist Bigfoot does exist, and those who believe Bigfoot could exist. According to a study from the University of Toulouse, cognitive styles may explain the first group. They found that reflective thinkers are naturally skeptical, which makes them unlikely Bigfoot fans, but intuitive thinkers, who are quick to form mental associations, are more likely to believe in the supernatural, conspiracy theories, or cryptozoological creatures.
Someone's out here, dude. Someone's watching.
As Bigfoot believer and PhD philosopher William Irwin explains, however, for others, Bigfoot represents possibility, the chance to believe in something that, scientifically speaking, could exist. It's all about willful suspension of disbelief, embracing the possibility that something wonderful and mysterious could survive in this world where everything else has been fact-checked or debunked.
I think you better come take a look at this.
I guess I can explain why I believe there's a good chance Bigfoot be real, because I will admit I do often believe there's a good chance Bigfoot is real because like with how many with how large a lot of woods and forest areas are, there is that possible chance that Bigfoot could possibly exist. It's like part of me does want to believe in Bigfoot being real, because like for all we know, there is a chance Bigfoot can very well be real. But on the other hand, part of me is kind of skeptical about it because as you know, quite a few people have actually faked some evidence of having a Bigfoot encounter, and I can understand why, like, and from that perspective I can understand why there's a lot of people who are skeptical about it. So I think I'm on that category that's like of people that's like more towards the side with that, who believe that there is a possibility of Bigfoot being real.
Number 4, Bigfoot is hard to catch, yet hard to disprove.
Dad? It's Bigfoot!
You think after decades of searching, we'd finally come up with some incontrovertible proofs one way or another. But the more technology we have, the easier it is to fake evidence, and we've been forced into becoming an increasingly skeptical society. At this point, no amount of sightings, footprints, or footage seems likely to cut it. We need to catch Bigfoot. Finding Bigfoot stars Cliff Barrett.
See, that actually coincides with what I just said a moment ago, like about how some people do actually fake some. That sometimes you do get some people who fake like possible evidence of Bigfoot. So that actually does coincide. So with what the narrator just said, he sort of just like corroborated what I just said. It's like, sure, on one hand you could say that there's a, because like with all the modern day technology, you think that we would have captured like concrete proof of Bigfoot being real with video footage, and no doubt some people probably did possibly caught like actual evidence of Bigfoot. But on the other hand, as I mentioned a while ago, I can't understand why people are skeptical, because some people do actually fake evidence. And it's like, and the reason why I say that, and what I didn't mention earlier, was that some people could actually get like a Bigfoot costume and go around like faking a big, like one way how to fake Bigfoot evidence is if you got like at least requires at least two people, like one person to hold a camera to record the footage, and the other person dressed in like a Bigfoot costume just walking around, and try and make it look natural. And sometimes you can have a group of three or more people, like like one person in a group, like going in a distance wearing a Bigfoot costume, walking around, and the remaining two other people in a group like acting as the eyewitnesses, with one of those people in the group like um, having a video camera to record video footage, if that makes sense. And that's like a way on how some people can actually fake that type of thing.
Businessman and Matt Moneymaker discuss dealing with skeptics in an interview with IO9. They feel that naysayers should review the strong evidence that has already been documented, because based on their nomadic lifestyle, intelligence, and incredibly isolated habitat, Bigfoot will likely be incredibly difficult to capture. Given that science can't objectively disprove its existence, the hunt continues, and so does the debate.
Bunk! Bunk, I say! Bring me a bag full of Bigfoot's droppings or shut up!
Number 3, don't look for remains, you won't find a corpse.
There he is, Bigfoot. Uh-oh, no camera.
When it comes to Bigfoot, there's no shortage of arguments to be made by both skeptics and believers, but this stands out as one of the more legitimate criticisms and compelling explanations to fit in with the Bigfoot debate. Cliff Barrickman estimates that there are roughly 10,000 Bigfoot. Surely a population that large would result in a discovered corpse or two. While finding animal remains in the wilderness is actually much less common than one might think. Scavengers and the naturally fast rate of decomposition on the forest floor make quick work of the dead. Some believers claim that Bigfoot bury their own. Now before you scoff, it's worth noting that both chimpanzees and elephants have been observed burying their dead under branches and leaves. So, who knows?
To believe any of this, you either have to be a liar or stupid.
Number 2, you can break his toe but not his legend.
That is something.
Throughout history, cultures around the world have told stories of a Bigfoot-like creature. Australian Aboriginal lore told of the Yowie, while in China they have the Yeren. They all share the same basic description, a massive, hairy, intelligent hominid. In pre-Columbian North America, Bigfoot, under various names, factored into the oral traditions of many indigenous tribes. The legend only grew when European settlers began spotting them.
Where's Bigfoot now, exactly?
Nowadays, science has largely replaced myth, following the likes of Dr. Grover Krantz, who was using science as a religion to keep the Bigfoot legend alive. Studying footprints, he found anatomical features that suggest broken feet or toes that healed improperly. According to him, only someone with expert knowledge of primal feet could possibly fake such footprints, giving Bigfoot believers a solid leg to stand on.
Bigfoot, he's real. I knew it. The Loch Ness Monsters book was right.
Number 1, there's a brave new world for Bigfoot hair samples.
You're looking at squatch hair.
Lately, scientists have been testing alleged Bigfoot hair for DNA, and most samples have yielded disappointingly ordinary results. However, in 2014, geneticist Brian Sykes announced 2 Himalayan samples came back bearing genetic markers of a 40,000-year-old species of bear. Some believers were disappointed, while others, like Yeti hunter Reinhold Messner, who had long suspected a bear, were thrilled. Since then, other researchers have contested his findings, reviewing his work and stating that the
Oh, wait a fucking minute, bitch.
Since then, other researchers have contested his findings, reviewing.
Dude. Eddie Brown Jr., aka the Toe Man. And the guy with the banjo, that's Neil. Yeah, I know those 2 dudes. They're from that TV show, Call of the Wild. They're from that Call of the Wild show. That's an awesome TV show. Honest to God, I suggest you don't go and watch that show because that's awesome.
His work and stating that the hair simply came from an unremarkable Himalayan brown bear. A separate research team led by Dr. Melba Ketchum claimed to have sequenced the genome of Bigfoot, but her research has been met with heavy criticism as well. So far, science has fallen short of providing proof, but genetic research is certainly changing the way we approach the hunt.
So let's all help keep Bigfoot possibly alive for future generations to enjoy unless he doesn't exist. The end!
So which of these facts did you find the most interesting?
Yeah, I can also say those are actually really interesting in a way. And I want to admit, like, I am 50-50 about the whole body thing. Like, about like the remains of a Bigfoot and the reason why I say that was because with the remains, like, on one hand, getting the remains of a Bigfoot would be really useful because, like, sure, the Bigfoot has sadly passed away, but there's still like some things you can actually there's still like some things you could get from like the remains, like such as like DNA sequence, like where you get to know like what sort like for like where for Bigfoot is Bigfoot slightly more human than primate and vice versa. You can also do like a autopsy to see how similar to humans would Bigfoot's internal organs be when it comes to like the lungs, the heart, the stomach, the liver, the intestines, and the kidneys and such. Although there will be a limited window of like being able to do like an autopsy and DNA testing because of the fact that if you think about with Bigfoot with the remains, you only got like you would only have like a few weeks or so because due to the fact that the body will because as you don't know when someone dies the body goes through that whole goes through the whole process of decomposing. Because when you die, your body starts off by going through rigor mortis, where the body stiffens, where like all the muscles in the body and the organs begin to stiffen. Then after that, the body then moves on to the whole decomposition thing, where the body starts to like decompose, and that could take like a couple weeks or so. So for scientists, they will have a bit of a brief window of like a few weeks after the remains, like once they get their hands on the remains is. So yeah, on one hand, that getting a body would be useful, but on the other hand, that's going to be easier said than done for two reasons. One, this all this does all come down to whether or not Bigfoot is real, and two, it also depends on and even if Bigfoot was real, it does actually depend on how quickly you can get the remains of the Bigfoot, because with how many scavengers there are out in the wild, some scavengers would take advantage of the deceased, and they would actually eat the remains of the animal in question. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this reaction video. The link to the original video on WatchMojo.com's channel will be in the description box. If you want to go there and check it out. And if you enjoyed this reaction video, give it a thumbs up and whatnot. And until next time, goodbye for now.